Okay, very good. All righty, council members, are we ready? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the March meeting of the Lewisville Town Council. Always good to see the folks who've taken time out of their day to come down and be with us at Town Hall. Thank you folks that are watching at home on TV6. Again, taking time out of your day. And those of you who are watching our Facebook feed, any way you can join us is most appreciated. We'll start our meeting this evening with our traditional roll call.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ivan Huffman.
Happy Thursday evening. My name's Melissa Hunt.
I'm Mike Horn.
Evening, Jane Welch.
Good evening, Monty Long.
Very good. And if you'll listen to Monty and listen to me through the course of the evening, you'll hear some froggy kinds of voices because I think the pollen's finally catching up to us all. I'll apologize for both of us in advance. We also have with us our town manager, our town attorney, our town public works director, our town planning director, behind the curtain, poking her head out, our town communications specialist, our town clerk, and our town finance director. Thanks everybody for being here and all the work you do. We'll begin this evening with an invocation by Councilmember Jane Welch, and then if you'll stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
May we pray. Heavenly Father, here is spring. It's warmer, it's longer, it's brighter. It's awake all around us. Help us to be awakened to confidence and wisdom in the decisions we make to follow you. Bless all our leaders, those in uniform, and may the blessings pour out over all our Lewisville residents who call this town their home. We praise you and we ask this in your name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. Madam Clerk, have we had any changes to the agenda since it went out?
No, sir.
Very good. Council members, what's your pleasure?
Move to adopt.
Mr. Huffman moves to adopt the agenda. Mr. Long is second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you. That is unanimous as I froggy. Remember, who was the guy, Alfalfa, in Spanky and our gang? I sound like Alfalfa. Very good. Madam Manager, you have the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mayor. On tonight's consent agenda is Resolution 2025-009, the financial statements for 7 months ended January 31st of 2025. Approval of council retreat minutes, January 31st and February 1st of 2025. Approval of agenda briefing minutes for February 6th, 2025. And lastly, approval of regular meeting minutes for February the 13th, 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, the consent agenda are items that routinely come before the council. And as you heard, there generally are minutes in our financial reports. Council members have had a chance to look at those in advance of this meeting. We take them as a group. However, if anybody wishes to pull any individual item out and discuss it, they can too. Council, what's your pleasure?
Move for approval.
Second.
Ms. Welch makes the motion. Ms. Hunt makes the second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. It's unanimous. All righty. Excuse me. I'll turn on my auxiliary speaker here. I think that will. How's that? Does that work?
Nope.
Nope.
There you go.
Voices from above? All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have been watching council meetings for over the course of time, you know that occasionally we have an opportunity to recognize somebody in our town who has exemplified themselves, their service, their contributions, and really have become part of the fabric of Lewisville. In times when it seems like not a lot of people want to get involved in town government or town clubs or town boards and committees, I think that we are so fortunate to have people like Barbara Campbell, who I hope you will come up right now. Barbara is this month's recipient of I'm One of the Reasons That Lewisville is a Great Place to Live. Don't try to pronounce the acronym. I have known Barbara, gee, I just raised my injured arm. That was pretty good. I have known Barbara for a long time, at least 30 years when we first came to Lewisville. And due recognition goes to her husband, Bob. They are together a crafts arts dynamo in town. They both are incredibly talented. They both bring that touch of arts and touch of craft and touch of those things that make a community more than just a place where you live, but a place that has some culture and art and things that enrich our lives every day. Barbara, you are chairman of our Public Arts Committee. And by the way, we got some great public art that's getting ready to be put in place.
Yes.
And I know you've been involved with,
Public art for the county in Winston-Salem.
In Winston-Salem, yeah.
I was on the board for 3 years.
And if anything happened in Lewisville that had to do with artists, I remember when we first started the community center, I reached out to Barbara and I said, Barbara, we would love to have some arts classes being taught here. I said, if there's anybody that knows artists in the area, you're the source. And she gave me back a great list of people, and we were able to recruit those, and they're now offering a variety of courses in our community center. So thank you, Barbara. So, with great appreciation, I present to you IOOTRLGPL. The acronym. Barbara, thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Let's turn around and get a picture.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Barbara.
There you go.
Alrighty, is PJ here?
He is not, Mayor. He got called to an investigation about 30 or so minutes ago, so he was afraid he wasn't going to make it. So he asked that if council would just review the statistics, and if he had any questions, then we could field those questions to him.
Very good. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first of two opportunities tonight to speak to the council. It's our first public forum. If you have anything on your mind that you'd like to share, please come forward, state your name and address, and let us hear what's on your mind. Anybody wish to speak? Alrighty, there'll be another opportunity at the end of this meeting. We, as you know, had a council member resign last month, and Julia Puckett, who had performed excellent service to the town of Lewisville, I believe just became more involved in activities than she, in her words, that she couldn't put the time into the council to do the town justice. So I always appreciate when somebody recognizes those types of things. But what that led us with is for the first time in 32 years, I believe, 33 years, we are going to appoint, second time in 33 years, we're going to appoint a new member to the council in midterm. So the process that we've used, the council members were asked to submit names of individuals that they thought should be considered. The council formed a subcommittee of myself, Ms. Hunt, and Mr. Hoffman, I believe. Yes, Mr. Huffman, Ms. Hunt, myself. And we went through the application. We wanted to come up with some criteria that we weren't just making this very subjective. We wanted to say, okay, experience is important, involvement with the town over the course of time is important, an understanding of how government works is important. And when we took the 12 or 13 names that had been suggested by the council members, we really were able to boil it down to 4 people. And last Wednesday, the council members voted on their choice for one of those 4 people to take their place this evening on the council to fulfill the remainder of Ms. Puckett's term. The winner, as they say, can I have the envelope, please, was somebody who is not a stranger to Lewisville, and certainly Tom Lawson goes back not only as a planning board member, but also a mayor, also a former council member, and currently as chairman of our planning board. Tom knows his way around Lewisville, and we are, I think, exceptionally fortunate to have somebody like Tom who can step in. We won't lose a beat. We're getting ready to go into budget season. Tom knows what that's all about. So we feel very honored that Tom accepted the appointment. So Tom, if you'll come up front, I believe our clerk will swear you in.
I, Tom Lawson, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of North Carolina and to the constitutional powers and authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof, and that I will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, to the best of my knowledge and ability.
I do.
I, Tom Lawson, do swear that I will faithfully and impartially execute the duties of my office as council member for the town of Lewisville, North Carolina, according to the best of my skills and ability, according to law.
I do. Tom, we have a chair up here for you.
And I flipped your thing.
Very good. Thank you, Tom. We look forward to great contributions that you have made and you'll continue to make. We have some appointments this evening. As most of you know, March is the time when we make our annual appointments to our boards and committees. And we have a group of individuals who have come forth, provided their names for consideration over the course of the last few months. Town staff has interviewed many of those folks. And so this evening, it is our pleasure as a council to appoint the members for the next 2 years. Next 2 years, is that right? Next 2 years on various boards and committees that we have. Ms. Moore, would you do the honor of explaining anything else that we need to know?
Yes, sir, I'll be happy to. Council, at your seat are ballots for each board and committee, one ballot per board or committee. For Parks and Recreation, you will be appointing one individual from that list of names. For the Planning Board, you will be appointing 4 from that list of names. For Public Art,
I'm sorry, I thought it was 3 seats available.
it'll be 4, but with Mr. Lawson stepping down, it makes it 4. And then Public Art, you will appoint 7. For the Willow Run Area 3, you will appoint 1, and you will also appoint 1 for their at-large seat. Then for the Zoning Board, you will appoint 1 as well. And when you're done, I'll collect those. And Mayor, if it's okay, I will tally these and report them back to you by the end of the meeting. I know Pam and I both have a presentation right after this, so then we'll calculate it from there.
That'll be great. Thank you.
Or next year, let's do some Jeopardy music. Do-do-do.
Thank you, Dawn. How are you?
Alrighty. Our first item of new business. Madam Finance Director.
Yes, I have for you the contract with Gibson and Company. This is for our audit for the fiscal year ended June 30th, 2025. What they are proposing is a base audit fee for the audit in accordance with government auditing standards of $22,010 in the event that a single audit is required. The first single audit will be $4,000, and each one after that would be $2,500. I anticipate that the fee for the entire audit will not exceed $33,510.
Question, please. Pam, thank you. How many single audits do you expect?
At the most, there would be 4. There may only be 1. It's hard to tell until we get to the very end and we see exactly how much money we spend, because a single audit is based on federal expenditures. And so we have to wait and see how that falls out. But at the most, there would be 4.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Pam? What's your pleasure, council?
Motion to approve Resolution 2025010.
Second.
Ms. Hunt makes the motion. Mr. Long makes the second. Any additional discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. That is unanimous. Dora, can you count and present at the same time?
I will count after I present.
Okay.
Ordinance 2025-007 before the council is to amend the Public Art Advisory Committee charter. This, a few months ago, council took action to set up membership on staggered terms. With the recent interest that we received for service on the committee, most individuals only were willing to commit to 2 years, so the committee is requesting the charter to be changed back to just a 2-year service versus staggered terms.
Very good. Any questions for Dora? All righty. If there are no questions, we'll entertain a motion, please.
Move to approve ordinance 2025-007.
Second.
Mr. Ruffin makes a motion, Ms. Welch makes a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, various council members represent this community on a number of boards and committees that are outside of this town. 2 of them are the Piedmont Triad Regional Council, and then, of course, we have an internal committee that is our Special Projects Review Committee. We have openings on both of those committees at this or appointments at this particular time. I'd like to put forward for council's consideration the name of Ivan Hoffman as our alternate to the PTRC, and the name of Melissa Hunt as our member of the Special Projects Review Committee. Entertain a motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Lawson makes his first motion, sitting in the chair. Mr. Long makes the second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. That is unanimous. Madam Manager, you have a whole bunch of stuff.
We do. A lot going on around Lewisville. So for our upcoming events through March and April, we are going to have a ceremony that will take place on March 22nd from around 9 a.m. to about 11 a.m., depending on how the day goes, at Jack Warren Park. This celebration is for the dedication of the new amphitheater to Mayor Mike Horn, along with the ribbon cutting of our new improvements at the park, including the nature trail, the disc golf course, and the amphitheater itself. Next, Creek Week will take place March 22nd through 31st. There are a lot of mini events associated with Creek Week happening during these days, including Clean Sweep on March the 29th. This is a Forsyth County-wide effort, so a full list of these events can be found at forsythcreekweek.org. Next, our resident survey is live, so we encourage our Lewisville residents to visit our website for a link to the survey. It currently is scheduled to close March 31st, but we will see as feedback goes if that date needs to be extended. Saturday, April 12th is Lewisville Earth Day, hosted by our Environmental Conservation and Sustainability Committee. That will take place at Jack Warren Park from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. I did also want to mention our next blood drive is scheduled for Wednesday, April 9th at the Mary Alice Warren Community Center from 1 until 5:30 p.m. Always, more information can be found on our website.
You can tell we're getting into spring and good weather because the number of events and activities around Lewisville is just increasing. It's going to be a great spring and summer, folks. We've got a lot of great things planned.
Start advertising concerts next.
That's right. All righty. Approvals at our briefing and action meeting last week.
Yes. So what took place was we did have, on February 6th, we wanted to mention that the council did accept the resignation of Councilmember Julia Puckett. And then at our briefing and action meeting on March 6th, 2025, just last Thursday, council appointed Tom Lawson to the unexpired council seat of Mrs. Puckett.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, the briefing that we have at the first Thursday of every month, generally we don't take any actions. It's for briefing of the items that have come before the council tonight. But occasionally we do take an action, and we do want to report it out at this time so that it's part of our regular record. All righty, we sure buzzed through the agenda. Are the counters still counting?
We're still counting.
Okay, well, we'll see if there's anybody who would like to come forward in our second opportunity to speak to the council. Very good. Please come forward, excuse me, and state your name and address. Stretch it out because they're still counting down.
Go, Susan.
Walk slow, Susan.
And for I-165 Will Austin Court. Just a quick thought that I had about the residential survey. If maybe we could send out one of those town text messages as a reminder, because, not everybody goes on to the town website or anything. It'd be nice just to have one of those as a reminder that it's coming up, because I really think the survey is important, and I just want to make sure that it gets it. I like getting it in the mail because that's showing my age, but maybe a text message as a reminder.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you. Bobby, do a text, but we use our Connect.
It is scheduled for Monday.
Great, perfect.
There you go.
Thank you, Susan, for the reminder there.
Anyone else wish to speak to the council this evening?
I just got one more to look at. and
Okay,
we'll
well,
be good to
don't
go.
feel any pressure that everybody's looking at you. while
Everybody's
you're-
watching me.
What I'll do also, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just go ahead and mention this now. We are so fortunate in this town to have individuals who take time out of their lives to serve on our boards and committees. And while not everybody will get appointed to a board or committee this time around, we want to encourage you to stick with it, to come back and take a look at another opportunity. We oftentimes have openings during the course of the year. So please stay tuned and don't think that we weren't particularly appreciative of your efforts coming forward. In this particular case, we just had a couple of folks more than positions we had, but thank you for applying.
Okay, we're ready. I'm sorry. Okay. So to Parks and Recreation, Billy Carter Jr. was appointed to that. For Planning, Philip May, Don McLean, Michael Mulligan, and Sarah Van Hughes. For Willow Run Area 3, Jeffrey Rawls. For Willow Run at Large, Nelson Fulcher. For Zoning Board of Adjustments, Ken Wernick. And for the Public Art Advisory Committee, John Armbruster, Barbara Campbell, Elizabeth Miller, Deidre Mullen, Sarah Reese, Daniel Robinson, and Rebecca Sherbach. And we will get those notifications out to the individuals at the first of next week.
Very good. Thank you, council members. And thank you, folks, for for coming forward. You're going to have a good year, a good 2 years ahead of you, so we look forward to the services you're going to provide to the town and our residents. Well, council members, any final thoughts?
Want to welcome Tom aboard. And
Thank times, yeah.
It does.
Anything else? All righty, ladies and gentlemen, this is don't blink your eyes because we'll be out of this meeting quickly tonight. Thank you all for coming in the council chamber. Thank you all for watching on TV6 and our Facebook page. If there's no other information or no other motions to come before the board this evening, council this evening, we stand adjourned.
thank you. Oh, do you have to have a
Yes.
motion?
I guess
Please do a motion in a second. Yes, sir.
To adjourn.
Okay, very good. We do need a motion in a second.
Motion to adjourn.
Mr. Long makes the motion.
Second?
Hunt makes the second, but we'll give it to Ms. Welch since she's spoken to my good ear. Any discussion? All those in favor for adjournment, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you. We now are adjourned.
Oh, awesome.
Wow.
Nice to meet you.